Welcome to Super Week, everybody. We are so excited to be here. I'm Alex Curry here with Nikki Kay, Tracy Sandler, Carmen Vitali, and we are so excited to be here, you guys. I mean, I'm just going to paint the picture a little bit. If you've ever been to Radio Row, it's basically every single sports network, every show, all under one roof, all doing their shows right next to each other. And it is such a beautiful vibe and way to really kind of get the week going and get you excited for Super Bowl.
It's also where anything goes. You can talk about
anything.
anything. You can see anyone.
You see people passing by. I mean, Gronk just walked by. He's right next door.
It's kind of funny. I'm like fangirl when I see people whose podcasts I listen to.
Yeah,
they're
absolutely.
in the living flesh here.
Yes, it's
Doing
so true.
said podcast that you probably listen to.
100%. And we'll listen to later and be like, I saw them doing that podcast.
Dude, but like vibes are high around the city. We're in San Francisco. Obviously, the game, if you've never been to Levi Stadium, it's about an hour and a half outside of the city. But in the city of San Francisco, you guys, this week, it has just been chef's kiss. I mean, my Uber driver this morning, my Brazilian Uber driver, was just blasting Soundgarden. Huge smile on his face at like 6 a.m. I'm like, yeah, no, it's going to be a great week.
Can I tell you my crazy Uber story that can only happen, I feel like, at the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
100%.
That happened last night.
Please
share.
I'm going from having drinks with a friend of mine to dinner, right?
Yeah.
And we happened to be by, I guess, the Warriors Stadium, the Oracle Center.
Love.
Didn't know, but
Chase-
anyway.
Chase
So I
Center.
call,
Yeah,
I
Chase
call my
Center.
Uber. He gets there like immediately. I was like, oh gosh. So I run out there, get in the car. We get to talking. He's like, are you here from the Super Bowl? Yes, I am. What do you do? I'm a reporter. He's like, do you do every sport? I was like, well, for a radio show I do, but I'm mostly NFL. And he's like, I'm going to show you something. And and I was like, okay. He's like, I'm going to give you this business card, and you're going to tell me if you notice anything about the last name.
Okay.
And so he gives me his business card.
Yeah.
Want to know what his last name is?
What?
Ionescu. Do you know who he was?
Sabrina
Ionescu's dad.
That's unbelievable.
we had a 25-minute Uber ride. We are now besties. Her dad's name is Dan, and shout out Dan Ionescu.
Shout out Dan.
He is so incredible. He was just the most incredible man. He was so gregarious, and we just became absolute besties. He's like, when are you going to the airport? Let me go take you. This, that, the other.
Love
and
that.
He's telling me all about, he was like, well, you know who Sabrina's married to? I was like, yeah, she's got an offensive lineman husband. He's like, you took that away from me. I thought I was going to tell you something.
You're like, no, this is my favorite. This is my favorite position, by the way. I'm obsessed with the O lineman. I don't know if you guys know this, but like Carmen, number one position.
Offensive lineman. I told him I was like, offensive linemen are the best football players. They're the best guys. They have the best personality.
Yes.
But you know what's really cool is Sabrina is one of the most universally loved competitors across all sports. And the things she does to lift up other athletes at all levels of the game. I've seen her deliver shoes to girls who didn't, or women who didn't have their contracts yet, you know, and that is just so like, it's in a microcosm of why she is
she was
the woman she is.
She was Kobe's mentee, right?
Yes, she was.
So
Kobe Bryant kind of like, took her under his wing, like very early on in his career because he did so much for the W. But like she was kind of the first face of the W that I think like was crossed over to both sides. Everybody knew who she was because of Kobe.
She
How
still trains with Steph
fortuitous.
Curry. She still she flies out his trainer is what her dad was telling me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very competitive. Ivan's like that she's very competitive. He told me too. He was like, you said you're good at your job. I'm the best at my job.
Oh my God,
And I was
love
like,
that.
I love that.
We're taking that.
I know. I told him that.
is
I was
the
like,
energy
I'm
we
living
need.
by that. He's like, modesty has no place in your career.
He's
like,
so right.
Absolutely not.
Humbleness is one thing.
Yeah.
Modesty is not allowed. You are the best at what you do. And I'm like,
Love that.
Yes. That's my favorite.
all right, that's my Super Bowl Uber story.
I took a cable car yesterday, and we saw someone
very
getting.
San Francisco.
It is very San
Very
Francisco.
We saw
San
someone
Francisco.
getting married in the streets.
Oh my
like
gosh.
they were doing their
that feels-
engagement pictures, and our cable car driver was ringing the bell.
Yeah.
It was
Oh, I
like,
love
Were you
that so
close to
much.
City Hall?
I
Well, because City Hall is
Like,
gorgeous.
Who are you? Where are we? Like,
Well,
why would you ask me that?
Because San Francisco City Hall.
His face was just like, I don't know.
San Francisco City Hall is
Yeah,
gorgeous, and
yeah.
so many
Heard
people
about
get
it.
married there.
Okay.
It's like a thing that people do because it's beautiful.
Okay,
It is one of the more beautiful wedding venues in the city, so it's possible.
Okay, that tracks.
Yeah, so that would be why.
That makes sense. I was like,
Anyways, congratulations.
You're doing
to the
great,
couple.
honey.
Congratulations, Dan. Congratulations,
doing
couple.
Thanks, Sabrina.
Sabrina.
I got you.
City Hall. City Hall.
That was so good. Okay, but let's get to the main reason we're here, you guys. Super Bowl 60, Seahawks and Patriots. The last time that these two teams met was 2014 in the Super Bowl. The Malcolm Butler interception to seal the win for the Patriots, you guys. And Seahawks back for the first time since that. Patriots back for the first time since Tom Brady.
Yep.
So there's just... Both these teams right now have a lot of firsts, which leads us to, I think, our topic of the day, our biggest takeaway from this season. Okay, we're each going to go. We're each going to give ours. I'm going to start with mine because it kind of goes hand in hand with this. And it's first season success. I am so impressed with how many coaches or players have had incredible success in their first season with a team. And let's start with a guy like Sam Darnold, right? Because first season with the Seahawks, he started to prove all of his doubters wrong with the Vikings last season. But with the way the season ended and then losing in the first round of the playoffs, the big knock was, well, can he win in big games? Can he win in the playoffs? And obviously the Vikings didn't think so, which is why he ended up in Seattle. But
which is also now why Mensa is not GM in Minnesota anymore.
Tap. But also, like, best case scenario for Sam, because he got to go to a place that believed in him to be the number one guy. Because remember, he was coming into the Vikings as number two behind JJ, who ended up getting hurt, and then he got the opportunity to get that starting role and had one of the most incredible seasons, I think, that most people didn't think was possible for a guy like Sam Darnold.
100%.
So to see him do what he did and be the most winningest quarterback the last two seasons on two different franchises is absolutely incredible. And then you go to a guy like Mike Vrabel. I mean, first season as the head coach of the Patriots, obviously
he
was
born to
literally.
We talk about Kismet. That is Vrabel's role in New England.
There is not a more perfect match. Mike Vrabel, head coach of the Patriots. He won, I think it was 3 rings as a player with the Patriots. But he took a team that went 4-13 last year, last in their division, to 14-3, winning their division, and now they're headed to the Super Bowl. It's just, he turned Drake May into an MVP candidate. I think that also was helpful that he brought in
with
Josh
a second-year
McDaniel
quarterback.
as their OC, who was there,
knowing how
with Tom
to
Brady,
work with quarterbacks, knowing how to develop quarterbacks.
He was there for all of their
quarterback-friendly scheme.
Yes. And which is huge.
But it's just, it's so impressive and so crazy. I mean, they're not the only ones. Like, you had Ben Johnson in the Bears, Liam Cohen in the Jags, like all these first-time coaches and players just having the most incredible success with these new franchises. Is this kind of the new standard, or is it almost an unrealistic expectation that they set moving forward?
Like, culture is a real thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be both. It's going to be the new standard and an unrealistic expectation.
As soon as someone does something in the NFL, then owners go, I want that too.
Well, if they're doing it, it was like the Sean McVay hire, the young, new, exciting coach. Then all of a sudden there was this wave of, we got to get the young, hot next guy.
Yeah.
And that's what it became
That's
next.
why it's called the copycat league, is because everybody is just trying to replicate the success.
Yeah.
But what people don't understand is there are so many factors that go into that.
Yeah.
Vrabel is an interesting one because it's not as if he's a first-time head coach.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the first year of him in
with
New
the
England,
team.
but he had a lot of success as a head coach with the Tennessee Titans.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And so he knows how to build a culture. And I think Mike Vrabel is the best Patriot way example, but also fun.
But lead by example, because he's been there. He knows how to win as a player.
Yes.
But he also seems like a coach that guys want to, like, literally put their life on the line.
Run through a wall
They still have helmets on.
Yeah.
And his nose is like cut up every other game.
Wild.
But
wild.
when they were stuck in Denver, and he was like, go out, have fun, but if you're not on that bus tomorrow morning at 8, you're not playing in the Super Bowl. And they all were like, we're going to go out and we're going to be on the bus, because he means it. He not
does.
but that's
not only does he mean it, he's also out.
Yeah.
And
Tom Brady said that this week. Have you ever partied with Vrabel?
Yeah. At the combine, I sure have.
I would love to know how many calories he burns during a game because of how active he is on the sidelines.
He's running up and down. His blood pressure's going through the roof.
And how active do you think he is in calling? I know he's not truly the defensive caller, but right, they had the change up in their defensive coordinator situation midseason. He's got to be a big presence in the Patriots defense.
I mean,
right?
he's still the architect of the defense, and he's the one that everything still has to go through. And if you don't think that he's clicking over into that headset, being like, "Hey,
nope.
I need a blitz now," like he's absolutely doing
not
that.
now, but like right now.
But that's why it works.
Yeah,
exactly. But he's still. I think what really works. And we've seen this, but these two teams that are in the Super Bowl between Mike Macdonald and Mike Vrabel, defensive head coaches that have placed their trust in their offensive coordinator to be essentially the head coach of the offense. And that's why Clint Kubiak is getting is getting a job, and that's why Josh McDaniel, he was already had a proven track record. So Mike Vrabel knew, hey, I can leave you the offense, and then this can happen. And then what happens? Drake May is an MVP candidate.
Yep.
So I think that that's a really good recipe. I don't know that the rest of the league has learned.
But it's crazy because there was such a shift to like, oh, we need an offensive-minded coach for so long. And now we're kind of seeing that shift kind of maybe even out a little more. Yeah. Go back to the fact that it's like, okay, we can bring in a defensive guy. And then as long as he gets his staff right, then we're going to be okay.
And that's the hard part. And that's the hard part, especially when you're talking first-time head coaches, which is why Mike Macdonald is also, I mean, I know this is his second year. Yeah. But the turnaround that Mike Macdonald has done in Seattle is incredible. Yeah. Because this is his first crack at being a head coach.
Yeah.
And
anywhere.
Within 2 years, you have that team in the Super Bowl. Especially in this last offseason, I think we all were confused as to what the Seahawks were doing as far as free agency and the acquisitions and the people they let go and this, that, the other. And you were like, what are you doing? Yeah. Turns out.
Doing it right.
Now they have like the most dominant defense. They have a great quarterback in Sam Darnold. And that's a really good, and they have a good staff. Mike Macdonald has a great staff. They do. And that's a recipe for success, which is interesting.